Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making these super cute squishy keychains. Of course, if you just want to make these mini squishies for decoration or for your own fun, the keychain part is totally optional. I'm going to be starting off with this donut squishy. For all the squishies I'm making in this video, I'm using these makeup sponges since I found them to be the perfect size. For my donut squishy, I'm going to use a circle sponge. I outlined a hole in the center, which I'm then going to cut. Since the sponge I started off with was already a circle, I'm going to trim off the edges to make it look more realistic. Using some tan-colored paint, I painted the edges of my donut. Then I used pink paint to paint on the icing and a variety of different colors for the sprinkles. This next squishy is going to be a half-eaten chocolate chip cookie. Just like the donut, I'm starting off with a circle sponge and proceeding to cut off the edges to give it that realistic look. I'm now cutting out a bite mark into my cookie. For this part, I painted the entire cookie a tan color like the one I painted for the edges of my donut. Another way to paint your squishy is to kind of stamp the sponge onto the paint and then paint over the spots you missed with a brush. In my opinion, this way is easier but a bit messier. Now you can paint on the chocolate chips and a kawaii face. My third squishy is a Mickey Mouse shaped pancake. I started outlining the Mickey Mouse shape onto a sponge and began cutting this out. First I painted the sides of the pancake sort of a tannish yellowish color, and then the front part of the pancake a brown color. For the whipped butter or whipped cream, I used some clay and an icing nozzle. After my whipped cream dried, I glued this piece onto the center of the pancake. This last squishy is going to be a mini kawaii loaf of bread. I'm drawing on the bread shape onto the sponge and cutting it out. I'm starting off by painting my bread a light tan color and continued by painting the outer crust brown. After painting the outer crust, I painted the edges of the main side brown as well. Of course, without the cute kawaii face, this would just be a plain loaf of bread, so don't forget to paint that on. Now I'm going to attach my charm straps onto my squishies. I know that not everyone has charm straps laying around, so I'm going to show how you can attach one without having an actual strap. Using a needle and some thread, I sewed through a super tiny section at the top center of the squishy. After pulling the thread about halfway through, I cut off the needle and knot at the end of the thread. I tied a knot at the very bottom of the thread twice and then near the top as well. I then cut off the excess thread. This next way of attaching the strap is what you can do if you already have the charm straps or key rings. I'm basically doing the same exact thing as I did for the last squishy, except for this one, I'm only making the knots at the bottom of the thread. After you make the knots at the bottom, you can cut off the excess thread. You should now have a little loop where you can hook on your charm strap. So now I'm just going to continue the same exact process to the rest of my squishies. I think these squishy keychains are just so adorable and I really enjoyed making them. But please, let me know which squishy was your favorite.